Okay, several months ago, I did a video about self-isolation. And for me, it was, when it came a time when I just saw the people who were in my life were really toxic people, and I dealt with them too long, too many years. Some were family, and I had more awareness of everything that was going on. And I said, "This enough is enough." I don't need to have these people in my life that all they were doing was making it toxic, a toxic situation. So I went no contact. And that's what they call it these days, just going no contact. We used to always call it going no contact. I don't know, but somebody probably tried to coin it or something recently. Okay, anyway, so when I, really stopped and took a good look at my life and see the people that were in it, and plus I wasn't living anywhere near them anymore, still contact over the phone, internet, that kind of thing, but it was really, enough was enough. It was time to say no more. That they had done some really bad things, some of them, and others they just lived too far, and it wasn't worth keeping the relationship together because they were not good people. I'm not talking, well, in a way some of them were pretty bad, but just people who were bringing everything down. They had, some would just call them narcissistic. I'd call them more like toxic or dysfunctional. And anyway, so my self-isolation was because of that. I got them out of my life. There's no way to have everybody out of your life this is my experience, my opinion, I could be wrong. Everybody out of your life who's, has behaviors that are narcissistic. We all have behaviors that are narcissistic. It's just the extreme, some of them are extreme. Some people are extreme, So, I just don't see that there's any way to get everybody out of your life, especially like if you work, you work in a Cubeville kind of place. You're going to have people in your life who are, there's going to be at least that one. That's my experience. At least that one. And in any group, anything, you go to the store, you go drive down the road and people are going crazy, somebody's driving crazy, something. So there's going to be somebody, my opinion. Okay. Now, after that, it was as though, I didn't really have anybody in my life. Except, one or two. Well, maybe not even that. It's hard to define, somebody in your life, but it's more than that maybe. Anyway, the toxic people were out of my life. So the people that I wanted to be around lived too far away. The ones that I, kept in my life lived too far away, not the toxic people. So it was like self-isolation on the one hand to keep myself from them, but on the other because of just location. You see what I'm saying? And nothing really I could and wanted to do because I knew better. If I were to fill the void immediately, try to fill the void of these people left, when I got them out of my life, what would I be filling the void with? More toxic people. Because in my experience, it takes time. You got to get over it. Think about what was going on. Why were they in your life? How did they get in your life? And this thing, I don't like to blame the victim, but that's your recovery time. It's just to see what's going on, why it went on, or what had happened, and all that. So yeah. Okay. So I did say, I think in that video, I did, that I was at the point or getting ready to go, start trying to add people to my life. Again, I'd been no contact with the bad ones, no more contact from them, and it was my decision, to do that. And I'd been through a lot of healing and a lot of recovery from from that kind of abuse, these toxic people. But the thing about it is, just as it had been for me when I originally moved to this area, it's not an area where you can make friends. People are very, indifferent. They have their own lives. They probably have their own friends, already. It's not a kind of environment where You can get to know people, and the meetups, oh my goodness, come on, seriously. Any kind of, meetup, not just by meetup, but any of them I've ever been to, these are people who already have a group, and that's all they want. Getting in with them, oh, forget it. My experience, too many times. So, but it's just not that kind of an area, seriously. It's too big, the suburb is huge, it's right next, above Dallas. So, yeah, what does a person do, really? Well, I still don't have an answer for it. Because I have not found, I've done, when I was here before, I did the whole thing of going to different places, what you would suggest. Trust me. People have suggested all kinds of things. I've tried so many when I first moved here. And, it was like one disaster after another. It was that whole attitude. I say I live in Narcissismville, believe me. So I don't want to have more toxic people in my life, replace those with toxic people kind of thing. And, but my only thought is really, it would be to go to a small town to have some kind of, there are plenty of small towns around here, but to have some kind of I don't know what it would be so far. I haven't gotten that far. But to go to a small town, get somehow involved in a small town. I actually had applied one time to work in a small town, but it was just basically too far to drive there every day with rush hour traffic in this area. So anyway, I thought I'd give an update. I'm going to start looking into that, though, really, because I'm not going to find it here. I know that. Find a way to make friendships. Trust me on it. And but I don't know. I think a lot of these days we've got to. Those of us around my age, might not feel it that way, but people online these days are more like friends than people in person. But we all do need that actual physical social contact, and just being around people is good for you. We're social animals, so anyway, that's enough of this video for now. If you want to subscribe, click the circle. If you want to watch another video on this channel, click one of the rectangles. Like, subscribe, comment, share if you want. And I'll talk to y'all in another video. Bye.